Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And we have to ask why the two-faced, lying snake in the grass that is Keir Starmer has suddenly changed his views. He's changed his stance. He's gone from hating on Israel to loving Israel overnight. Now, the tensions have been high ever since the Gazans went in and slaughtered all the Jewish babies, women, children, and Israel reacted to that. And of course, Starmer was there saying, this is terrible, this is terrible. I don't care about the dead Jewish babies. No, it's wrong that Israel do these things. It's wrong what Israel are doing to the people that came across the line and slaughtered them. Yeah, that was wrong. So he made his stance early on that Israel were bastards. He hates the Jews. He hates Israel. And then he's had all this. And for a year now, he's been gobshiting it that he disagrees with everything that Israel's doing. Then last night, when 200 Iranian rockets came hurtling across and blowing the hell out of Israel, all of a sudden, he's up there. And Israel are his best chums. Israel needs all this. It's all up and pro-Israel all of a sudden. Now, what forced him to change his mind? He's sitting there now and he's saying, oh, Britain's with Israel. And the Defence Secretary has confirmed that British forces were involved. You have to ask, first of all, which side. But it turns out they were fighting with Israel. They were, defending Israel, which is the correct one to be on. Now, these 200 rockets came over. British forces involved in defending Israel. Starmer must be sitting there going, this looks really bad. For a year now, I've been slagging off Israel. I've been slagging off the Jews. I've been saying that these people don't deserve this. He, of course, is the arse that stopped selling Israel weapons. Israel don't care. They'll just go and buy them from America. But think about all the money we could have been making. He's destroying British engineering, British system, British aerospace and that, and things like that. Because I want to make a political point. I hate Jews. That's Starmer, through and through. Married to a Jew. His children are Jewish. He hates Jews. It's a very weird man, isn't it? I suspect that marriage is a marriage of very much convenience. She's not so much a wife as a beard, but that's a separate video for a separate day. But suddenly, overnight, Jews are his best friend. Israel, a noble country that deserves to defend itself. And he's out there and he's saying that Britain now stands with Israel. Will that stand with Israel mean that he's going to start selling them weapons again? One does hope so. One of the problems in the area, which is why I say we must not get involved in a local war there. One of the problems in that area is it's not known for sure whether Iran has the bomb, the nuclear bomb. It's suspected it may have one or two. Does not have a delivery system, but that's nothing stopping it putting it on a plane and flying it over. It would just be as devastating as if they launched it. They don't have that kind of launch technology, but they do maybe have a bomb which they could put on a plane. And it is suspected again, probable, highly probable that Israel has the bomb. And so you could have a situation of two nuclear active countries having a war, and if it escalates, a nuclear war in a very volatile region, effectively on Europe's borders. Now, predominant winds coming west to east. The fallout, both literally and figuratively, would be terrible, but it would affect, obviously, Israel, Iran, you go across Afghanistan, Pakistan, the whole Middle East. Not so much Pakistan, but certainly the whole of the Middle East. It could be a no-go zone for a long time, and that would mean a lot of people from the Middle East looking for asylum, and of course they won't go for asylum in Asia or Africa, will they? No siree, Bob. There's only one destination for that lot. And so you've got to really build a border. We cannot get involved, otherwise some arse like Starmer will say, we've got a moral obligation. We don't have a moral obligation. Our moral obligation is to defend Israel, and only an arse would have stopped selling them weapons. But why? Why now? Why so suddenly? Why only when 200 Iranian rockets coming hurtling through the sky and landing on Israel is he so up the Israelis' arse all of a sudden? Pressure. I think there's a pressure point being pushed. Now, which side? Is it America? Could be. We know the Americans are very pro-Israel. Is America pressuring Starmer? Or is his wife? Now, of course, she'll have the dirt on him, won't she? Literally, she will know everything. And she may be saying, look, this has gone on far enough, you asshole. You go pro-Israel immediately, or I'll spill the beans to the press. I will go out there and I will tell everyone. I will tell everyone everything. And all of a sudden, his little, well, it's not that little, is it? His anus will start twitching. So, looks like a dark alley, doesn't it? And that'll be twitching. And he'll have to change his view. And like Janus, the god with two faces that looks forward and backward, Hugh Janus Starmer will be looking backwards and forwards, backwards to what he said, forwards to what he knows has to happen. And the two-faced toad changes his mind all of a sudden and makes Israel his bestie. Now, he said that Iran, has been menacing the Middle East for too long. It's all falling apart in Iran. And this is the other thing. This is the very scary thing. The whole revolution is falling apart. The young Iranians have had enough of this. Do you know that the fastest growing religion in Iran is Christianity? And it's the young. And they don't want these mad old mullahs in their shitty hats telling them what they can and can't do anymore. And it's all falling apart, and it won't last much longer. And so they may feel the need to roll the nuclear dice and do it. They've got nothing to lose, these mad old wankers. But, it has been a problem. Now, all we need to do is stop them going to war long enough for the young people to come up, take over, and make it a more acceptable country. But it's filled with all these things. It's got Hamas in it. It's got Hezbollah in it. It's got all these mad Muslim terrorist groups, and it's supporting them, funding them, training them. And we've got to treat Iran like this, and we've got to do to Iran what they would do to any other enemy. You can't actually blow it out of the water, no, but you can force change. You can starve it into submission. They might have oil, but they don't have food. You just put embargoes up. That's not impossible. And tell the Iranian leaders, yes, we'll feed your people, but you've all got to go out and hand yourselves over for war crimes. They're completely bananas, though, and they won't. But anyway, there we go. British forces getting involved on the side of Israel. Keir Starmer changing his mind. But where's the pressure coming from? Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.